Hey, welcome to hour 10.2 in a video series I call Design and Code My Personal Website in 12 Hours. My name is Travis, and I talk too much. In the last episode, we built out the design section of the site. It's basically a list of links to my portfolio elsewhere on the internet. Today we're going to get a little weird with it and try this funky idea I had. You'll see. Welcome back. We're picking up right where we left off. As you can see over here, we have the design, and we made sure that it works on mobile. We have the colors of pink and green from the different places where the images are stored. What I want to do today is kind of just make some fun stuff happen in the realm of hover effects. Just kind of explore some creative solutions. They don't have to be great. They just gotta be fun. When I extracted this ping of the background, the topographical map that I showed you earlier, I wanted the colors of the brands like Dribble and Behance to come through, and I wanted to use just one ping and not just like two different flat images. So I made it transparent and kind of like, so any color can come through. What if we made it so that when you hover over one of these, oops, it's going to, don't go there. What if we made it so when you hover over these things, you get like a different background color that comes through? Like the highlight of this image is yellow, so maybe the yellow would come through, or the red here, or the tan here, or the purple here, or the blue here. Let's try it out. It might suck. Okay, so how would we do that? Let's go into functions, not find, functions.js, and let's just add a new function in our list here called design BG stuff. And that's what we'll call it, and we'll start that right here. Design background stuff. Okay, so what do we want to do inside of the design background stuff? The first thing we want to do is identify when a hover happens. So, like, what's this thing called? Design image link. And when they hover over that, we want some stuff to happen. So let's capture the hover. There's the first step. The second step would be like, what do we want to happen? Well, a hover in jQuery, the hover add function or whatever it's called method has two parts, the in and the out, when you hover on and when you hover off. So what do we want when hover on? Hover on, we want to find a color and then apply that color to the background of the parent. And then on off, we want to revert the color. Okay, so that makes sense. Let's start with this step one. Design image link hover. That's really simple. With jQuery, we'll just select it. And it's this selector here. Okay, and then we write dot hover. Cool. Inside of the hover, we're going to do a function and break that out. And then you do a comma and then a new function. And that's the revert, right? So let's put this step inside of this hover, and then put this step inside of, put this step inside of that. All right, so the thing we want to do in here is find a color and apply that color to the background. So the hard part of that is find a color. Where are we going to put the information for these colors? Let's put them on the design image links themselves. So when we did that mix in here, we defined two things, a link and an image. Let's define another one called color, And then let's say that anchor href has another attribute called data color equals pound curly color. Cool. And then for each of these images, we want to get a color. So let's just play around with it right now. So comma, and the color will be orange for testing, and then save that. We have the color now. We can just pull it in with the data method. We want to apply it to the background. So we want to start with this. What did we just hover over? And find the parent. So let's look at the DOM, and DOM, here we go. Here's an anchor tag, and we see that the next parent is this column here, column 1, and then this column is the one that we want to attribute the color to. So we have to go up 2 parents. In jQuery, you just write the word parent, and it just kind of travels up the DOM. So parent. Now that's pointing to the column 1. We want to go up one more. Now we're pointing at column -50. And what do we want to do to that parent? We want to change the background color property. So we'll say CSS quotes background color, comma, and then pull in that data. So it'll be this, which we just started from, data, color. That should work. So when this refreshes, when I hover over the first one, because the first one is the only one that has that attribute, we should have the background color change to orange. Nope. Do we have an error? Oh, that's not a semicolon, it's a regular colon. Oopsie. Now it should work. Didn't work. Oh, I didn't put the keyword function in front of this. What am I doing right now? Sorry, JavaScript. I will never do that again. Please work. Thank you. That's fun. It just turned orange. Okay, so that worked. Now let's go to this next part of the function, the roll off. So we want to revert the color. So we need to, just in the same way that we kind of stored the variable of the color on each of these things, let's store the original color in the parent itself. So what is the original color? Here is the original color for dribble. Let's go into the dribble section, and we'll do data equals, data dash orig color equals this with a pound. Cool. And then in our functions, we'll do the same thing here, except for this time, instead of looking at this data color, we're going to looking at orig color, orig dash color. We want to look at the parent of this. So parent, this, parent, put the background of parent data. Does that make sense? So we're going back up to the parent and saying, background color, you should be, starting back at the thing, going back up color, the color that you had on your attribute. So if I'm right, this should change to orange and then back to pink when I roll off. Orange, pink, orange, pink, orange, pink, orange, pink, orange, pink, orange, pink, orange, pink. That is really weird. That's weird. But I kind of like it. I kind of like how weird it is. So why is it weird? It's weird because the thing that you're targeting with your mouse is not the thing that's reacting. That's what's weird about it. I think there's some things we can do to soften that. So for example, the background color right here, if we put transition background color, like 200 milliseconds, ease in, out. That's a little bit better. It's softer, nicer. I think we can speed it up. Let's put it to 150. Okay, good. And then let's make the actual image link react as well. So let's say and hover, and hover, and hover. Let's say transform scale 1.1, just 1.1. See, that makes a little bit more sense. But we need to have a transition on that, scaling as well. Transition, transform, the same 150 milliseconds, and ease in. There you go. Now it looks like when I'm targeting the icon or the little thumbnail, I feel like the thumbnail is causing the color change behind it, which is a little bit more legit. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go and register more colors. I'm probably going to speed this part up. Okay, so I've got all the colors as data attributes on all of these chips. Let's just look at it and see how it looks. It's interesting, some of these colors, like the orange, very bright and very vivid, work a lot better than like this muted gray here. Purple, blue, orange, those work really well. These are like a little bit more boring. Okay, so I think that the design works. I think I could spend a little bit more time crafting these colors, but overall I'm happy. I think it's a little weird, but that's cool. I'm cool with that. We're gonna leave it there. Maybe on my own time, after this series is done, I'll come back and rethink the colors. But overall, it's good. So that was fun. I like to explore weird ideas like that every now and then, and that's the nice thing about being both the developer and the designer for this project, is that I can design in the browser and just follow where my ideas lead, Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. I am very excited to get this project done soon. Come join us at patreon.com/devtips, and I will see you next week. Keep on hacking.